church did a series called Read Your Bible series, where we get to read different books in the New Testament, such as Philippians, Ephesians, Colossians, Galatians, Colossians. But quick disclaimer is I didn't get to read all the books, at least not yet. But I came across a Bible verse in one of the books, and I'm going to read it for you. It's in Ephesians chapter 1 verse 1, and it says that my name is Paul, and I was chosen by God to be an apostle of Jesus the Messiah. And when I read this particular Bible verse, I was blown at the audacity and the boldness of Paul when it comes to his identity. This Bible verse opened my eyes to the power of identity, which is the fact that Paul wasn't only confident of the fact that he knew his name, Paul, which was given to him by God, but then he knew, he was certain, he was convicted that God had chosen him and God had called him. And the amazing part of this Bible verse, is the fact that Paul knew that he was called, but then again, he knew what he was called to do and who he was called to be, which is an apostle. You know how we're currently in a world where a lot of people would say, oh, I've been called to be a teacher, but God is calling them to be a prophet. Or, oh, I've been called to be an apostle, but God is calling them to be an evangelist. You know the confusion currently going on? That wasn't the case of Paul. Paul knew who he was. Paul knew not only that he was chosen and called by God, but he knew what God had called him to do and who God has called him to be. And this verse left me thinking, it's like, okay, yeah, I know God has called me, but then what is God calling me to be in this generation, in my generation? What has God called me to do? Or is it a case where I'm currently doing A, but God is calling me to do B? So my question to you today is, what has God called you to do? Who do you think God has called you to be? Are you also certain that God has called you or God has chosen you?